Good afternoon, collective. So I've just drawn card of the day. Almost forgot to do that one. The card that's come up today is Metamorphosis. So when this card comes up in a reading, you're in a process of going through a deep and beautiful change within yourself. So this card really talks about the changes in energy as you develop and as you evolve, from obviously chrysalis to butterfly. There is a period that they go through in order to become this beautiful butterfly. Very much like when you go from child to teenager to adult, you go through a period of change and you become someone different. So this is about transforming your energy or who you are from one thing, from one situation to another. And many people can look at that as a great pain and going through pain, going through loss, leaving things behind. And I don't like to look at it like that. I don't like to look at it as loss and pain, although there is a painful process even in a butterfly from larvae to pupa to larvae to going into chrysalis and then having to push its way out to become this butterfly. There is going to be pains, but I do prefer to refer to it as growing pains, because you can't make it to adulthood as a child, as a child still doing child things and child thoughts. You have to grow. You have to move up. Your energy needs to change as you evolve and as you get older and as you go through your life. So it is all about shedding that skin, shedding the old you, and moving into new yous, new yous. But shedding that your old skin, your old belief systems. I know it just sounds like we're back and on about the same thing all the time, but as you grow and as your perception changes and as your knowledge and wisdom grows, you start to look at things through different eyes and with different energy. You start to see people around you who no longer fit into your life and see them for for better words, a destructive energy to be around who you've become. And it would serve you no purpose to keep them in your life if they are only going to bring toxic ideas or toxic beliefs or hold you down or try and stop you from becoming fully who you should be. So it serves no purpose to keep people like that in your life. And when you go through this metamorphosis, you do start losing friends, losing family, dropping off things you might have been really excited about in life, hobbies that you were doing that no longer excite you, and seem quite meaningless. All this will happen when you go through this metamorphosis and this change, because your energy is moving and it's changing from one thing to another, and you can't evolve with this metamorphosis by staying stagnant. And to actually develop into something of meaning, and to give your life meaning and purpose, you need to accept that process. And part of that process might be letting go. You might be suffering from low self-esteem, low self-confidence, the dreams that you once had no longer serve. Relationships that you're in could be draining, unhealthy, and toxic, with toxic habits. And despite all that, you need to let it go before you can metamorphose into something new. And that's what this card is really telling you, and that's what it's saying, that you are going through this process right now, and it's not comfortable, and it's not going to be easy, because it's all new, because it's not familiar, because it's not your comfort zone. It's taking you into a place of unknown, and unless you actually take those first steps into doing that, you're not actually going to ever reach that butterfly stage in your development. So this is a time for transformation for you, and in doing so, it will involve some loss, but who you ideally become is something much, much bigger, and it is something that you will love much, much more than where you are at in your current situation. So if this card comes up in the reverse, it often is a time that indicates a period of chaos and darkness. It is really going against the grain and not wanting to change, not wanting to leave people behind or lose people, and it is all about the fear of loss, things being taken away from you. That's a real big one. When you don't have much in life and just things just keep getting taken away, it leaves you feeling quite, for the better word, it leaves you feeling like you're a failure in life. Like, how can I just not hang on to something in my life? Why is everything collapsing? Why is everything being taken away? Why can I not, just have this one thing because everyone else seems to have so much? It really is stripping down everything that you actually ever believed your life was about, in order to create something much bigger, something much brighter. Taking you out of that victim stage as well, the victim rescue stage, and putting you into a more independent, intellectual, self-serving soul, rather than relying or being codependent on someone else for your happiness. So it will be a period of experiencing some temporary discomfort, before the beauty of who you really are and what you can really be can metamorphose into this lifetime. So if this card comes up in a reading, don't be afraid to take that process in and change your energy and metamorphose into something bigger and better than what you are now, the higher version of yourself, living your true life, living your authentic life, not being a persona to everyone you know and wearing many masks to the point that you don't know who you are. So take those masks off and go through that process and metamorphose into something beautiful. See you later.